Hello and welcome to India Tonight. I'm Karan Thapar. Friday was World Population Day, an opportunity for India to confront difficult but pressing questions about our burgeoning population and the lack of political, even public concern about the situation. Just how worrying is the state of affairs, and why are Indian politicians unconcerned? Those are the questions I shall put in a moment to the Executive Director of the National Population Stabilization Fund, Shailaja Chandra. Mrs. Chandra, let's start by understanding some of the facts concerning the demographic situation confronting India at the moment. Not only does India have a population that's crossed 1 billion, but what I was surprised to discover is I gather that in the last century, India's population has increased at a faster rate than the rest of the world. Is that really the case?
Yes. The Indian population has increased 5 times over, the world population 3 times over.
Which is shocking. No one had actually realized that we were way ahead of the rate of increase of the rest of the world.
I think what is more shocking is that this is a momentum you cannot reverse. Whatever you do, you cannot reverse it. But at least you could have put the brakes on a certain limit of quality population that you want. That is not happening.
And our failure to put the brakes on earlier, and I'm assuming that we will start putting the brakes on now, but our failure to do it earlier means not only that by the year 2030, which is just roughly 22 years from now, we'll have overtaken China. But again, what people don't realize, it also means that some Indian states, like Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra and Bihar, are actually the same size of countries such as Brazil, Mexico and Germany.
You're absolutely right. Italy is the size of Rajasthan. Thailand is the size of Tamil Nadu. We are administering whole countries when it comes to populations, not just states.
So geographically we may be a subcontinent, but demographically we are continent-sized.
Much more. Much more.
Now the amazing thing is, your research shows, all your projections show, that what's happening is not a uniform increase nationwide. Your projection shows that 371 million will be the anticipated increase between the year 2001 and 2026. But 50% of that, an astonishing 187 million people, will happen in just 7 states, which are Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand.
That's
just
right.
7 states.
That's right. These are the projections of Registrar General of India, and it is very clear that just 13% would be the southern states, because they were able to do what was necessary to be done to bring down the total fertility rate being how many children a woman produces on an average during a lifetime. We should have been by 2010 at 2.1. Many states are going to take between 13 to 19 years. 13 years Bihar, 19 years Uttar Pradesh to reach that. What was done by some of the southern states as early as 1989, 1994.
And this is simply explained by the fact that southern politicians were aware and responsive to the problem staring everyone in the face, and northern politicians either didn't see it or worse, chose to ignore it.
Yes, I would say that it's not just politicians. It was a wave which the politicians were responsible, but I think civil society demanded it. This is what is missing today. Civil society is impervious to what is going on.
Civil society in the north is impervious. Presumably civil society in the south was more aware and more demanding.
Yes, everybody joined hands. It was a time when they were able to do in 1989 what cannot be done even in the next 20 years in some states.
But taken collectively, when you look at India as a whole rather than in different state terms, it is still a huge problem, because the population is galloping along, if I can use that colourful term, whilst attempts to encourage contraception aren't making anything like similar headway. Again, your research shows that only 53% of 188 million couples are using some form of contraception. After 2 or 3 decades of various birth control campaigns, that strikes me as being an astonishingly low figure.
There are reasons for this. 98% of India's population has heard of family planning. But why are they not using contraception? A certain percentage is because they want high fertility. Those who want to have and are having even today 5, 6, 7 children. It's a conscious choice because infant mortality is very high. It is an insurance against the children they're going to lose.
So it's not lack of awareness. In fact, it's a refusal to accept birth control.
It is a refusal at places. At places, it is an access problem. And at places, there is one more problem that comes into play, that girls get married at an age when they can do nothing about it.